Throughout the Harris campaign, she's been criticized for having no policy because the Biden administration has done nothing, and by extension, she will do nothing. But the information is out there. One of the Biden administration's greatest achievements is bringing back the semiconductor industry to the U.S. Semiconductors are the little electrical brains behind your phone, for example. You won't be able to use your phone without them. Due to the Biden administration's CHIPS Act, they have created more than 115 new highest paying jobs in the U.S. The CHIPS Act has brought significant investment to battleground states like $19.5 billion to Arizona, $75 million to Georgia, $325 million to Michigan, $750 million to North Carolina, and $93 million to Pennsylvania. In New York, we got a whopper of a deal. In upstate New York, Micron, a major manufacturer of semiconductors, plans to create the largest facility in the history of the U.S. Micron plans to invest approximately $50 billion in gross capex through 2030. Now, I am not a finance gal, but that sounds like a lot of money. That's a huge investment. Now, here's a little story. This week, Speaker Mike Johnson joined Congressman Brandon Williams on his campaign trail in upstate New York, Syracuse, the very site where Micron plans to build their facility. In case you missed it, Donald Trump complained about the CHIPS Act to Joe Rogan recently. So when asked if he, President Donald Trump, and a Republican majority in Congress would repeal the CHIPS Act, Mike Johnson said, "I expect that we probably will." And in what can only be described as an awkward moment, the following happened. Williams said, "Obviously, the CHIPS Act is hugely impactful here, and my job is to keep lobbying on my side." Putting his hand on Johnson's back, Williams said, "I will remind him night and day how important the CHIPS Act is, and that we break ground on Micron. You can't make this stuff up." According to Williams, Johnson apologized profusely to him in private, and Johnson misheard the question. In a public statement, Speaker Johnson clarified his statement. He supports the CHIPS Act, and repealing it is not on the agenda, but there may be some reform. No telling what will happen if Donald Trump is elected, because Obamacare too is up for reform.